Hi, I'm 𝗵𝗟𝗪𝗡. This is the concept of a down the river mission in a supposed online survival RPG mode.
Hello, once more. Don't mind me.
If you run with a large prey, your stamina will be depleted very quickly, and there will come a point where you will leave the prey on the ground. Because you will not be able to carry its weight, it is better to walk. Simply push the joystick on the controller. Pressing the run button when rowing will cause you to lose a lot of energy. It could make you unable to carry large prey. Slow rowing consumes almost no stamina, but fast rowing does consume stamina, and recovering it will not be easy. It takes time. It is not enough to stop and wait. In this case, energy is not something that is recharged by waiting or taking a tonic. Energy is recharged by sleeping, so you have to manage your energy during the day intelligently. You will not be able to sleep whenever you want. Your body will not allow it. It will only be 8 hours a day, maybe some more depending on the algorithm. And if you sleep on the floor or in uncomfortable places, you will not regenerate the same energy. That is why it is good to have places to eat and sleep. That is why it is good to make friends who will offer you shelter in their homes, a good bed, food, protection in a village, etc. The energy will be recharged after waking up, and the recharge will vary depending on whether you have eaten well, slept well, or used up all the energy from the previous day. The most energy-consuming tasks are overexertion, such as running without stopping for a long time and without taking breaks, running with heavy loads such as large animals, rowing hard, etc. Part of the energy will be recovered by running as long as the player stops walking, or controls his pace. If the player keeps running, that energy will not be recovered for the rest of the day. The reason for this is to make the player able to run in gunfights, as he will also stop to take cover, so he will not have energy drain, but to prevent him from being able to run across the map, to make him feel that getting out of a forest is quite complex and running will not be enough. In this case, we were lucky to find a person who let us use a canoe. It would not have been the same as walking down the river. If you have spent half of your energy, you will see that you can no longer carry large animals. You won't even be able to lift them, and you won't be able to row hard either. You can drink drinks that give a little energy, or chew cocaine gum, but that energy will no longer be recovered. Even when running by taking breaks, they will simply serve to give a final push if necessary, and their effect will be temporary. When you go down a river, you will have to pay close attention to its noise, in case there is a waterfall, and you will also have to stop if necessary to see where the waterfall is. This waterfall is quite complex, as the last stretch would not have let us turn back. We have to analyze the terrain well and stop if it is convenient to check where we are going. Now you will see me running with the deer. Don't do it. It's because it's my second attempt at recording. During the first one I lost the deer. It's a mission concept. In the future I will upload complete missions without cutting. The normal thing would have been to stop simply to analyze the river and see where the waterfall is, but I took the deer out because I already know the area from having done it many times. That is exactly where the waterfall is. If we had continued, we could have died, and we would have surely lost the deer under the water. Now we have to make the wooden canoe fall down the waterfall. Nothing will happen to it because it floats. We will find it on the other side. We have to make that bypass. We have to avoid getting completely wet. Wetting all the clothes will also affect the resistance due to the weight. It will also affect the weapons and the wear and tear of the clothes. It's okay if we get wet up to our knees. It won't affect our energy. The problem is to get all wet. Now the canoe will go down the river on its own. It could get stuck on a rock and we should intervene. In fact, it happened to me before. We have to carry the deer on our backs, and we have to get to the other side before the canoe starts down the river, or we will lose it. Now you could be jeopardizing your daily energy by preventing yourself from carrying the deer to paddle, to swim, to run. Get down before the canoe follows the course of the river without us. If we don't get in the canoe, Smith will be angry with us. The same if we don't deliver the deer, and he will remember us when we get back to Blackwater. The fun of this is to have to play with those slowdowns of carrying the deer while the canoe follows its course, and having to use techniques to go faster by taking advantage of the terrain. Now you will see a technique for lowering the deer down a cliff using the rope, so we can run and get down faster. Basically, we will lower it down the cliff by letting it go down little by little. We need a mechanism that allows us to give more rope instead of picking it up. I'm going to have to throw the rope farther to get more rope length. That needs to be fixed, Rockstar. Now we will be able to move with agility without almost losing energy. Now we will have to do the same. Remember that the physics of the game play a very important role, both for where the canoe will go and how the deer can fall, if we can slip, etc. Each descent down the waterfall can pose very different situations. I was not expecting this fall, and it could have killed me. There's our canoe. It could have left from somewhere else, or it could already be going down the river. It's all very random. To pick it up, we will have to take off all our clothes as the water is very deep, and wet clothes will affect our resistance due to the weight of these. Also, sleeping with wet clothes will affect the recovery of this the next day. Swimming while running will also consume a lot of our energy, so it is better to swim slowly, but if we do not have energy, we will not even be able to swim. We will drown. There will also be players who will not have the ability to swim because they have chosen other skills. We will now return to the shore, put our clothes back on, load the deer into the canoe, and continue down the river. And that's how you bypass a waterfall. Each waterfall and river is a playable world that can give rise to many different situations. On that shore there is smoke, so it could be Smith's son and brother waiting. They could be other people. We will go by Smith's description, a boy and an adult. They do not have horses as they walk down. It seems to be them.
Hello.
Hey, mister.
Quit looking over here like that. It's unnerving.
Okay. Don't worry, I'm just playing with you.